Hello friends, welcome back again to the channel. I hope everyone is safe. In today's video, I would be talking about how we can do the forecasting with the help of autoregressive integrated moving average, that is also called ARIMA. For this method, we need to know some few steps which are needed to be added into this forecasting method. So the first step is that we have to find out the slope and then intercept. So this is the period, month and the call volume I have taken. I have taken here 24 data points. It means 2 years data I have taken here. So just for the explanation, for this method, we need to have at least 3 years data to get the, you can say that very nearest value, what we are predicting in the future. So that will help us to give the accurate forecast. But here, just for the understanding, I have taken only 2 years data, then months I have taken, and then the call volume. So the formula says that would be your y equal to mx plus c. So here m would be your slope, x would be your period, and c would be your intercept. How we can find out the slope? So let's quickly find out the slope here. So the slope formula would be your equal to, so let so just quickly find out the slope. So just quickly find out the slope. The formula would be your slope. It says the known y's. So known y's would be your false, and your known x would be your period what we have. So that would be the slope what we have. And the same way we have to find out the intercept. So the intercept formula, just so your known y's and your known x. So this would be the intercept. So now you can see that we have slope value is 2.2083, intercept value we have 19456. Now we have to put that into formula. So our formula would be this mx plus c. I'll just put that formula into the first period, January month, equal to m is your slope multiplied by x would be your period plus 1, c would be your intercept. So this is the value what I'm getting here for Jan. Just simply put it down. Here we have to make sure that we are, freezing the cells very carefully. So I have to freeze the cells here. What I'm going to do here, I'll freeze the slope value F4 and then intercept value. Now hit the enter. Just quickly drag it down. So this is the value what we have for this. The next step to calculate, we have to find out the seasonality index or the seasonality. Next step would be to find out the seasonality. Here you can see that there is not too much difference in the value what we are getting. It's kind of same. So to find out the seasonality here, the formula would be your, let me just put it down, the month till December. So these are the month we have. So here what I'm going to do here, I will find out the average value of all the January in these 24 data points, right? So the formula would be your average if, and then it says that range. So your range would be the months, and then criteria, your criteria would be Jan, and your average range of the calls, bracket close and enter. So now you can see that this is the value what we are getting, but here to find out the seasonality, we have to divide it by average of all of the data points of all the months. So let me just divide it by average. Let me just divide by average. So the average here would be your average of all the calls of all the data points. Once I hit the enter, I would be having the seasonality index here. Now you can see that This is the seasonality index for the January month. Depending on all the data points I have in this video, I have taken 24 data points. So January month seasonality index would be your 1.09. Again, I have to freeze the values just to make sure that we can get the right data here. Simply just freeze the value, and then this also. Here I can just freeze the column because the row would be changing. So this would be the value here. Now you can see that these are the seasonality index what we are getting here. On the basis of that, what I have to do, I have to find out the forecast depending on the data what I have received on the basis of that. And how I can do that, let me just quickly put into the formula. Here what I'm going to do here, equal to your this value what we have received with the help of slope and intercept. Here what I'm going to do here, I need to find out the January month data. So if I will do all these things manually, it will be taking too much time. So in that scenario, what we can do, we can just apply the simple formula so we can get the January month value from this data what we have find out. So let me just quickly put it down here. This value, I can simple apply the formula of VLOOKUP. Here what says that I need to find out the January value from the raw data. This is the raw data what I have. And then I need the seasonality index which is at the second column. So 2, and I need the exact details, bracket close. So this is the value I would be having here. So what I'm going to do here, I'll just simply drag it down to see that are we getting the value or not. Here we can see that error is coming up again. We have to freeze the value. So let's freeze it. So what I want B60. That is absolutely fine. I can freeze the column because the row would be changing. In this data, I need to freeze that to make sure that it doesn't move, and just hit the enter. Now let's see that are we getting the value or not. So now you can see that we have all the value coming up here. You can see that all the value has come up. So this would be the forecast with the help of the autoregressive integrated moving average. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe and share for more. Thank you so much.